Hello, my dear viewers and the rest of the listeners. Welcome for this presentation in which I am speaking about people skills. The title of this presentation is Socialize Effectively Through Application of People Skills. Socialize effectively through application of people skills. My name is Memedi M, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. What are people skills? People skills are the range of abilities that enable a person to be able to interact, intercede, and communicate with others effectively and pleasantly. They are also referred to as soft skills, interpersonal skills, or social skills because they entail techniques that you can apply to enable you build strong professional relationships that are mutually rewarding, pleasant, and productive, as well as helping you anticipate people's behavior and feel comfortable while in social situations. These skills are extremely important because they can enable you to communicate your thoughts and ideas in a very clear and precise manner to be understood without any ambiguity. They are also very important because they enable you to make a memorable first impression and confident presence when you meet with others. In addition, these skills are important because they help you to be able to empathize with others, to adjust your tactics and communication immediately based on the people's reactions. They also enable you to predict and decode others' behavior that is expressed through their verbal and non-verbal cues. They also help you in being able to lead and influence others in taking an action. In addition, the people skills help you recognize and understand your abilities as well as your limitations. They also help you or assist you solve conflicts through effective mediatory practices, thus creating a tolerant and peaceful work environment. In addition, the people skills help you stand up for your rights without infringing on the rights of others. They enable you to make long-lasting connections and relationships. They also help you sustain lasting confidence, thus conquering shyness and avoiding awkwardness. In addition, the people skills help you master conversations and build them up to the memorable or to be memorable. The people skills also help you to be highly likable because you are always authentic, genuine, and true to yourself. In addition, the people skills help you to be approachable, trustworthy, and knowledgeable. The people skills also help you and lead others or help you to lead others by setting the best examples in decent ones. They also help you to become productive in whatever that you do because you are able to mobilize the required resources easily. Some of those people skills or essential skills that you require in order to be able to communicate effectively with others include self-confidence, assertiveness, emotions management, empathy, conflict resolution, problem solving, creative thinking, asking for feedback from others and giving quality feedback in return, that is communication skills, influencing how others think and act, collaborating with others instead of doing things by yourself, and shifting gears when relationships are unproductive. Among such other skills that can help an individual be able to build strong relationships with others. The following are therefore some of the methods that you can use in order to develop and improve on your people skills. Number one is to cultivate your emotional intelligence by being able to recognize and understand your emotions as well as the emotions of others. You therefore need to know how your emotional responses affect your behavior and be able to control them in order to be able to avoid hurting others' feelings unknowingly and help you develop positive relationships. Number two is learn to listen to others attentively without disrupting their thought sequence or pattern, regardless of your feelings about what they are saying, so as to be able to understand them and be able to respond appropriately. You should therefore be listening more than talking, using your eyes, that is non-verbally, and also using your ears, that is verbally. By concentrating on what the other person is saying, allowing the person to finish talking, paying attention to the person, as well as making verbal acknowledgement as he or she talks, so that he or she can be able to feel understood and to encourage him or her to continue talking. Number three is avoid being a person that maintains silence always whenever you meet with another person, whether a stranger or a person you are familiar with, when in a group, in a meeting, in a class, or even in any other social gathering. Make it a habit to always initiate a discussion or a conversation wherever you are. To overcome the fear of initiating a conversation, you can always break the ice by greeting a person immediately you meet him or her, and then you proceed to further the discussion. You can do this by complimenting the person for the way he or she is looking, informing the person your name, and then requesting him or her to do likewise. Asking the person some questions, such as how he or she has been, how or what his or her interests are, his or her aspects of work that he or she enjoys most, the reasons for being where you have met him or her, asking the person how you can help him or her, among such other open-ended but friendly questions that encourage engagement. Number four, it is always good to be carrying out some research about a person or a person's or organization that you will be interacting with in terms of their culture, their beliefs, their practices, among such other tactics or other basics, so that you can be aware of exactly how to behave and what to do or what to say when you meet, so that you may not interfere with anyone's culture, beliefs, or practices. Even if you'll be making a presentation or interacting with the people within an organization in any forum, it is advisable that you do some research in order to understand what that organization stands for, its objectives, mission and vision, as well as the do's and the don'ts that are practiced in that organization. By so doing, you will be aware of the forms of engagements that you will engage to. Number five, do not be shy or feel ashamed of yourself when you make mistakes during an interaction with the people, such as forgetting their names, mixing up words, pronouncing words wrongly, or such other human errors. When you make a mistake, do not take it too seriously, even if people laugh about it, but just accept it and move on. For example, if you forget someone's name, just request to be reminded. You can also laugh at your mistake and seek to be corrected. By so doing, you will make those around you to become comfortable with you, make you appear likable, and also trustworthy. So, never pretend to know what you don't know while interacting with others, because you may lose people's trust in you for cheating them. Number 6, never dominate in conversations, but always give each other an opportunity to speak and express his or her views freely without interruptions. As you do this, you can always ask those who are holding a conversation with you to give their views, feelings, and comments on the topic under discussion as you listen to what they say. In addition, as you progress with the discussion, you can be posing questions to engage the audience and be relaxed. As you seek for these comments, you should be open-minded even when they disagree with you. Even if you find out that they have not gotten what you have said or that they have not understood you, you should not become emotional, but just control your temper and repeat what you had said. Number 7, always use language and words that others can be able to understand. It is good that you make sure that you familiarize yourself with the type and level of language that your audience understands better, and always ask the language that they are comfortable with when you meet for the first time so that you can be sure that they can understand you well. Never make use of vocabularies or terminologies that are complicated because such wordings may make your audience to get disconnected and detached as well as bored with you. In addition, you should always look at their non-verbal cues so that you can be able to know when they are tired, when they have not understood you amongst those other behaviors, and then be able to readjust yourself accordingly. Number 8 is establishing a good rapport with whomever you meet with or with those that you interact with, because this is a key component in improving your people skills, for it makes people feel appreciated, valuable, and exceptional in your presence. This can be done by greeting the person joyfully while smiling, introducing yourself, appreciating the person for his or her presence, seeking from the person the amount of time that he or she would like to take in the discussion, asking the person to introduce himself or herself, paying attention to whatever he or she is saying, as well as speaking in confidence as you make your presentation. In addition, it is important that you accept your audience or others just as they are without giving them any conditions or limitations. Number 9 is be making use of words that not only show respect to others, but that also express courtesy. This includes expressing appreciation for the person by thanking him or her by using words like thank you, apologizing for whatever you might have done or said by saying I am sorry, by seeking one's attention using words like excuse me please, may I, among such other ones. This helps those that you interact with feel good and important, as well as making yourself feel confident about yourself. In addition, when you use courteous words, you are able to seek people's attention even when they are not willing to. Number 10 is expressing approval and admiration of others, because this is also a great skill that can make you not only likable but also impressive. In addition, it makes others feel better about themselves. Therefore, whenever you are interacting with anyone, always use words that praise the person and show approval, as well as complimenting him or her so that he or she can feel wonderful about themselves or herself and find you more interesting. So, you can use words like, congratulations, you have done good work, that's good, Keep it up. That is wonderful presentation. You have done well. Keep up with the same spirit. I really like your dressing. You are very smart. I like your smile, among such other ones of approval and admiration. Number 11, you also need to understand your audience because the type of language that you use and your dressing will depend on whom you'll be talking to. This is because the kind of people you are addressing, their age as well as their status will be the key to determining the kind of language that you will adopt. If, for example, you are addressing children, youths, or adults, or you will be addressing professionals in a certain field, or your colleagues, you will have to adopt a dressing style and a kind of language that will match your audience and reflect the topic you'll be addressing. For this reason, you need to always communicate using the preference style or the preferred style, the language, body gestures, intonation, and the pace that is in line with the people that you are interacting with. Number 12, always create avenues or procedures through which people can be able to bring to light any complaints or conflicts that they may be having. There is nothing else that is as rewarding as allowing people to express their fears, their worries, their discomforts, and all other complaints without any fear of intimidation. Naturally, people are never comfortable to hear themselves being accused negatively, and naturally, people tend to defend themselves. However, it is the high time that you train yourself to allow everyone express his or her feelings, opinions, and experiences freely without becoming defensive about it. It is better for you to hear what people are saying than blocking them from expressing themselves in as much as they are telling you, or in as much as what they are telling you might not be pleasing to your ears. This is because when those whom we interact with realize that you do not penalize them for what they say, they will tend to relax and feel more comfortable with you. In addition, it is important that you address the issues that they raise and seek more clarification about the same. So, always bring any form of conflict to the surface. Allow everyone to speak out and avoid intimidating or discriminating against anyone in any way for speaking the truth or for expressing his or her feelings. In fact, if you have an organization or in charge of a team, but put in place a suggestion box through which people can drop anonymously all the issues that they have and make sure that you inform them about your reception about their issues and make a step to act on those issues with the total honesty. Number 14, if at any time you have to make any decision that affects others or requires them to do anything, make sure that you involve them fully on every step from the beginning. Avoid being a person that sits somewhere, thinks of what he or she would like others to do, and then you just impose it on others. This is because, whereas you may be having good intentions, your action or decision is bound to be met with resistance, and those who resist such are justified for doing so because you did not involve them, nor did you seek for their advice. This is because when you do not engage everyone that may be affected either directly or through their representatives, you invite resistance. In fact, people don't usually resist or oppose something just because it's not good for them, but they simply oppose it because you have ignored to consult them so that they could feel to be appreciated and honored as you are trying to come up with that plan or that object or that decision. So, always collaborate with others whenever you are coming up with something that may either have a negative or a positive effect on them, either directly or indirectly. If at any time you find that people are resisting your idea, or they are against the implementation of any plan, or they are secluding themselves from an activity, or they are against your idea, it simply means that you ignore them at a certain point in relation to the activity or the issue at hand. Therefore, as a social being, always train yourself to consult everybody broadly and consider his or her input whenever you want to develop or formulate any policy. Number 14, you can also visit Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel and listen to the following videos in order to learn how to improve yourself in the following people skills. Number 1 is emotions management. You can visit Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel and listen to the video by the title, Manage Your Emotions to Experience Emotional Well-Being by Emily Swap. Number 2, you can listen on the video by the title, Manage Your Conflicts for Peaceful Coexistence to improve on your conflict resolution and management skill. Number 3, you can listen to the video by Emily Swap by the title, You Need Confidence to Succeed in Life, so that you improve on your self-confidence skill. On assertiveness, you can listen to the video by the title, Be Assertive, Calmly Stand Up for Your Rights by Emily Swap. Number 5, you can listen on the video by the title, Empathize with Others Without Conditions, so that you can be able to improve on your skill for empathy, or what we call the empathy skill. Number 6, to improve or work on your problem-solving skill, listen to the video by the title, Your Problems, Their Description, Solutions and Benefits by Emily Swap. To work on your creative thinking skill, listen to a video by the title, Deviate from the Ordinary Through Creative Thinking by Emily Swap. In conclusion, no matter what you do, no matter where you come from, and no matter who you are, always remember that you cannot live in this world alone. You are a social being and a product of those that you have interacted with since you were born up to now, because there is completely nothing that you can claim to have achieved by yourself without some input from other people. For this reason, you must be able to live with others in harmony, be able to socialize, interact, and be able to communicate with them in a respectable and a clear manner through the application of the various people skills. Therefore, always guard and equip yourself with the people skills so that they can become part of your lifestyle and enable you to socialize with them effectively in order to achieve your personal and communal goals. Congratulations, my dear viewers and listeners, for listening to this video on people skills. To easily access more life skills, motivational, and inspirational resources from Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel, click on subscribe button below this video if it's not currently reading as subscribed. You can also access various free resources in ICT or computer field by searching for and subscribing to Emily Swap ICT YouTube channel if it will not already be reading as subscribed. For any further suggestions, corrections, or queries in relation to this video and others posted in either Emily Swap Life Skills or Emily Swap ICT YouTube channels, feel free to write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.